Well, good. Yes, see, it's Wednesday afternoon, everyone, and I am throwing together a meatloaf. And I don't know if you've ever seen my meatloaf before, but it is the best meatloaf. I love it. It doesn't take forever to cook. I've got the oven preheating to 425. And oh, by the way, I'm Dr. Nancy Stanley, physical therapist, life coach, and health coach. And I and my son are the founder of a health revival. We've helped over 2,000 women lose 30, 40, 60, 100 pounds. This is one of the recipes that we did originally. I looked for it in the first cookbook, but I didn't see it, but I think it's in the second cookbook. But either way, you can write it down. I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and then I'll put it in an email because this is one of my favorites. So what I'm starting with is yellow and red pepper. Don't put green pepper in this. It'll totally change the taste. And zucchini. All right, I got the ideas for this from Bobby Flay. I don't know if you know him, but I do enjoy his cooking. But I changed it up just because there's just things in here that he does that he puts in that I don't put in. So here we go. Now I'm just going to pulse this until it's just fine because I'm going to pour it over into this ground beef. So you see, I literally could just let it run. All right, and I got it going that much. All right, so that's a pretty big red pepper and a pretty big yellow pepper. All right, and then I'm going to put, instead of the panko, I'm going to put a little more than half cup of, this is fresh almond flour. I just bought it. I'm going to add 3 eggs to this, and I'm doing something a little dangerous. I usually do crack my eggs in a bowl before I add them to a mixture, but these are really fresh eggs, so here we go. So you can tell when I'm kind of in a hurry. We have Bible study tonight, so I'm trying to get to Bible study, and no, I didn't drop any. Yeah, so here we go. I'm gonna pulse this just like that, and then I'm gonna add the sauteed garlic to it. I have sauteed this garlic. Let me pull this out here. In some, it's about 8 cloves of garlic that I just minced, and I'm going to show you here how I do my garlic because some of you may be new cooks, okay? You may not be a seasoned cook like I am, 44 years or really about 46 years. So you take your knife, whatever knife you have, I don't care. You pinch off your garlic clove. You get, the most of the shells off. And then, can you see it? Yeah. I just put the flat side of the knife down, and I'm just going to bap it with the back of my hand. And then you see it has a core. I'm going to cut that off. I don't want that in any of my food. And then when I take that out, there is a core in the middle there. And so as I begin, I'm going to, let me get you over here where you can see what I'm doing. All right. I'm going to just cut it, just kind of slice it in half, and then I'm just going to begin to just thin slice it, and that's how it's going to go in here. Now, the other I did was sauteed, and honestly, I'm not even sure that needed to happen. Now, you see that green core? I don't really want that in my garlic, okay? Because it will have a pungent taste, especially if you're using a lot of it. I didn't use a lot of it, so that's about 7 cloves of garlic, or maybe 8. If a recipe calls for 4, I'm going to put 7, just because I love it. So there we go. So you see, that's kind of, it's kind of, what am I trying to say, pulsed until it's really just kind of soupy. All right, so I'm going to turn you around here and let you see what I'm doing now. So I've got 3 pounds of grass-fed, this is River Bend Ranch grass-fed meat. This meat is so beautiful. I love it. It's, I think it's 90-10. I'm not sure, but I think that's about what it is. So you see, I'm just going to pour that over in there. So that's 3 pounds. Now, a lot of recipes for meatloaf will call for veal or pork or, different things, but I don't use that. I just like beef. All right, got my hands dirty, so I'm going to use this other hand. I'm shake that. So that's probably about maybe a tablespoon, maybe not that much. Yep. All right, then I'm going to put some dill weed just because. Let me wipe this hand off or rinse it off so I can use it without getting junk all over everything. So I'm going to put, I use up my lids a lot of times. So that's about a teaspoon of dill weed. We just like dill weed. Nancy especially likes dill weed. And then I'm going to put about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. You see that? That's about a tablespoon. Okay, so I've got 3 eggs. Now what I don't have is salt. So I'm going to put about, that's a lot of meat. So I'm going to put about a teaspoon and a half of salt. And then I'm going to put some good pepper. Yeah, and then I'm just going to squish it up and make it into loaves. All right. So this is a really hearty meal because you're really getting your meat and vegetables all together. Now let me make sure. Oh, okay. I will squirt in some ketchup. About, I don't know, about 1/4 of a cup. The rest is going to go on the top. Okay. So here we go. I'm just going to mix this up. And it's going to be really, this is going to be juicy. So this is not going to be a dry meatloaf at all. The egg, of course, will make it bind together. So will the almond flour. And as you can see, it's just going to be really delicious. So I'm going to end up with about 4 meatloaves out of this. Okay. So let me pull my tray over here so I can spread it out, and I think I can get it all on this one pan. Don't need you in the way. All right, here we go. So I'm just mixing gently. I don't pack it down at all. You don't ever want to pack it because then it's all, it's just kind of dry, and I don't want to do that. So mixing it up just to get all those seasonings and flavors all around. So now I'm going to take off that's about 1. And that's about 2. And I got a little more than I thought here. That's about 3. So I'm going to have to do another pan, but that's okay. That's okay. I try to do it in, and I could literally put this in the freezer, for another day, because that's going to make 2 good-sized meatloaves. So I think I might do that, or if there's somebody that comes up that's having surgery or something, then I can just take it out and get it to them. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these into what I call, how you like my red lipstick? Okay, so the story behind this, I've told my group this, is last year when we went to Austria and Germany, it was cold, so I had a jacket on. Well, the other day when the grandchildren were here, Rayma, let's see, she's going to be 9 this year. My 9-year-old needed a jacket, so I got out my little jacket, and she loved it because it was all glitzy silver and whatever. But she found my red lipstick in it. And she brought it to me. I'm like, oh, there's my red lipstick. I had bought it from my Mary Kay friend, Shirley Sumner, before I left to go on our cruise. And she, so I took it. Well, then the little one, the 3-year-old, I asked her if she wanted some lipstick because I put some on and she immediately noticed it. And so I gave her some lipstick, and she'd do her lips up, and I put it on there. And then she would want to kiss me every time I put the lipstick on her. She thought that was part of the drill, is that you kiss after you put the lipstick on. And so that's what we did. So that's the red lipstick story. I love red lipstick. Yeah, my mama didn't wear red lipstick very much. But I love red lipstick. And so you see I put it into 3 patties. And then what I do is I just go down and I punch holes. And what does that do? That helps it to cook. I remember when my mama used to make meatloaf, she'd have to cook it for an hour. Well, this, you don't have to cook this because I got it on 425. about 20 minutes, really. So you're not going to be able to see it. I'm going to have to pull it out and show it to you later. But I'm going to put this in the oven like that. Now, let me rinse my hands. And you see how quickly that went together? That went together like butter on toast. I mean, it just went together. So, hey, Linda. Hey, Danny. Hey, Julie. Hey, Jill, Dorothy, Sue. Good to see all of y'all. Susan, Rosalind, Deborah, Darlene. Oh, my gosh. A bunch of y'all are watching. Good. Awesome. Okay. I hope you will make this meatloaf, all right? Yeah. And so... oh my gosh, I just realized what I forgot. All right, so this is the real me. I left out the Parmesan cheese, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in that's left, and then I'm going to bake this for a little while, and then, okay, so here's the glaze that goes over it. It's a balsamic, you use a balsamic glaze, which that does have some sugar in it. It's not just balsamic vinegar and ketchup together. So let me mix that up a little bit. So I'm gonna stir that around. So that's what it looks like. And then you just pour that over it. I definitely need a little more ketchup. So you end up with about a cup of ketchup to go, especially over 5 of these, because you know I'm making 5 of them. So do you think I could put this Parmesan cheese in this glaze and put it over there? I'm gonna let it cook some first, because I'm afraid if I do that now, it'll kind of burn. You know how cheese will do. So let me back you up, and I'm gonna put you in the oven. Put these in the oven, and I'm gonna set the timer for. I'm gonna set it for 20 minutes. Oops. Okay. And I'm not going to be talking to you for 20 minutes, but I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes. And here's, I did a live this morning. I'm going to start doing some more lives, because I just I know there are so many women out there struggling with so many things, from, 20-year-olds to 30 to 40 to 50. But here's my genre, because I'm 69. Okay, genre. I'll be 70 in October. And I know the things I struggle with, okay? And part of it is right up here. A big part of it is right up here. All right, so let me see. This is a text. I've been trying a lot of your exercise suggestions. Way to go, Jill. Okay, that's really important. I had a recent person that had joined my 90 days, and she said, I never thought I wanted to even exercise. She said, I certainly didn't want to eat right. She said, but I just realized I was getting bigger. I was getting weaker. I just was a couch potato. And she said, I didn't want to be that, but I am that. So I'm like, yep, but now, a month in, she's a healthy person. She's lost 14 pounds. She's exercising. Another cousin of hers has lost 45 pounds. She's exercising. So, there's a lot of things that go through our head, but we are what we believe about ourselves. And if we believe that we're a couch potato and we can't do it, we'll never do it. But if you believe that you can do it and you start easy, then you can do it. Now, I would never say go to the gym for an hour. I just would never say that to my generation, because first of all, they're scared, they're confused, they've heard of so many people getting hurt at the gym. At me, as a physical therapist, I see clients all the time that hurt themselves at the gym. They don't know what to do. And unfortunately, the gym that we have in our area that most people want to go to, they have no trainers there whatsoever. None. At least last week, they had none. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's so many people that if they had a little bit of help, they could come and safely do it. But they don't have the help, and so they're scared. But that's why in my program I offer workouts. They're like 15 to 20 minutes. They're guided by me as a physical therapist, so you're going to know exactly what to do. You're never going to wonder, should I do this or should I do that? I always am giving alternatives to, if you can't do this, then do this. But I'm going to tell you, I just recorded a reel. You know, I do a lot of reels. You probably see them. And I'd love it if you like those reels when you see them, because I pay money to get somebody to record all that stuff. I mean, I do the recording, but they make it happen with the words and all that. And I just recorded a reel that says, if you're not doing the basics, then don't do the AG1. Don't do the supplements. Don't do the easy things, those things. Don't do those, because they're not going to work for you. If you're not changing your nutrition, if you're not getting your protein, if you're not taking your creatine, if you're not transforming what's going into your mouth. I recorded one that says, if you treat your body like a trash can, then it's going to respond like a trash can. It's going to be stinky. It's going to get bigger and bulgy, and it's just not going to work for you. But if you treat your body like a well-oiled machine, and